parents just need to have a bigger conversation about the beauty standards that we're setting. I don't want my daughter to do the things I did. I wish I'd never touched anything to begin with.
Recently, it looks like Kim Kardashian is morphing into Cher, and it looks like Megan Fox is morphing into Kim Kardashian. And then a lot of people who I see get these procedures all start kind of looking the same way because they're asking for the same thing. And there's even packages like, to look like Kim Kardashian, you can go in to certain places where they have the Kim K package and you can get sort of the same things that they get. And it's a big contrast with what they used to look like. Of course, they're older, but they've also done so much procedure that they start looking less and less like themselves the older they get. If you compare like Kim K to what she used to look, or like Megan Fox to what she used to look, I'm like, it would have looked better if you didn't do anything, probably. Especially like if I see Megan Fox back in the day, and now even, she was seen as super pretty and everywhere, and people loved her, and she was known for being that beauty, that it girl. And I think they have so much pressure on them to maintain that and to keep looking attractive. They're always also in the tabloids, paparazzi. She's in movies, she's always in the public eye, so that pressure is even bigger that way. But it's kind of sad because she's getting older like anyone else, and she's going to start changing in her face, and they want to keep up with that. They want to stay young looking and getting all these procedures done. When will they stop? You know, do you still want to look hot when you're 80 years old? It also looks uncanny when I see those kind of things. When I see, like, objectively, you can look at someone and be like, okay, they have the features that are considered beautiful. Something stops you in that process of even being like, wow, that's so pretty, because you're like, what did they do? Because you see there's something wrong. They themselves don't necessarily start seeing it anymore because they're so used to it. They become filler blind and plastic surgery blind, if that's even a term. That's never something I think is pretty, or like, oh my god, I want to be like that. For some it is, obviously, because they're getting like the Kim K package and this and that. And I also don't see like beauty in that. For me, I see kind of behind that mask, I see the insecurity.
I can't believe I'm doing an interview without nose contour on. I'm traumatized. You don't understand what a big deal this is. This is like me not having done my eyebrows. Very scary for me.
I'm traumatized that you think that your nose won't look good right now, because
yeah, but I'm freaking out that I don't have it on.
You look so gorgeous. You're gonna keep going. This is good for you. This is
the desire for attention or fame and the fear of getting older. That's kind of what I see. Or I see them laying in the operating table getting a boob job, or like I see their implants, or it's hard for me to unsee these things. That makes it also something that I don't want to do myself. I know so many want to get it, even though there's so many complications. Still, everyone makes their own decisions. But I also went to look for, like, for example, boob job. I was like, I barely have anything, but after my kids, they were a little bit more flatter here. So I went to get opinions. But then the more I even considered it, it felt fake to myself, and just something that I wouldn't be able to feel good about. It would feel so unauthentic to myself, and like I'm betraying myself in a way. And it was one time where it was very secret that people got things done, and people saw it like something's not right there. Like, they have definitely something done, even though the celebrities themselves, like the Kardashians, would deny like having anything done, having any filler. But then when you compare the before and after of people, you're like, okay, you've gone through puberty, you're an adult, your facial features don't just start changing like that. That doesn't happen in nature. Like, you're not just gonna magically pop out cheekbones or magically pop out bigger lips or getting a snatched jaw without any very drastic weight loss or something like that. And of course, these people are in the media all the time. Everyone sees them a lot, almost as much as they see themselves in the mirror sometimes. And you see all these so-called perfect cheekbones or perfect noses and perfect smiles or whatever. Big foreheads used to be in. Maybe that will make a comeback, who knows? But people then start looking at their face in the mirror up close and be like, oh, what if my nose would be a little bit thinner, or what if I would have bigger cheekbones? A lot of these things I don't think look even good on people when they have their cheekbones enlarged. It often doesn't look good. Like, it genuinely looks better before. Even Megan Fox, if you look before and after, before she had more flatter cheekbones, I think it looked so much better than what she has done to them now. And then it's becoming, okay, they're talking about it more, they're being more open about procedures that they had. And
plastic surgery,
yeah,
since we're on
let's
this
talk. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to go through all the things that I've done.
Love.
Because I feel like there's this stigma, and I'm not gonna win. I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna win. However, I'm hoping it sets some people free.
It also becomes more normalized. It's, first of all, the transparency is nice, but it also becomes more normal and something that people will accept more, and then gets more, because it's not like something secretive or stigma or something a fringe do or something that's frowned upon. It's become so normal. And then on TikTok also, you go on TikTok, you see people documenting their whole like, oh, I'm gonna get my boob jobs or getting a nose job. Everything's become super normal.
Get ready with me for my surgery.
I'm going to Korea tomorrow to get plastic surgery. Either love or hate Nora Smith and the other trad wives, and I think I know the reason why. So and
it's often procedures that are not without risks. There's so many risks involved, like if the breast implant illness, complications from it, skin necrosis, issues with breathing after nose jobs, filler issues, and even there is a girl, she wanted to look like Kim Kardashian. She got all kinds of surgeries, then she died. We see so much filtered images that we don't really know how these things are. Like even these lines on the neck. My toddlers have that. Like it's something normal. Usually most people have that, I think. I've always had that my entire life. But we see so much filtered that we're almost like looking at our face and being like, whoa, I have pores. They're not supposed to be there. Like if you see filtered images on social media all the time, you're like, where are the pores at? And I just like this one smooth surface. It's like impossible mode.
That's impossible.
Cosmetic procedures are becoming so popular with teens, plastic surgeons have coined a new syndrome for it, Snapchat dysmorphia, with young patients wanting surgery so they can look more like they do in filtered selfies. So Gadi and I sat down with teens to talk about why they're taking these extreme measures.
From bigger lips and smaller noses,
I just wanted this thinner,
to Botox and breast implants, teens today are bombarded with images of cosmetic surgery.
I think we're gonna do some lip injections today. I've always wanted them.
19-year-old Ella Snyder was so proud of getting her lips done, she filmed it for her YouTube channel.
But yeah, I love them so much. Very good experience overall. Highly recommend.
Were you self-conscious about your looks before?
I was definitely self-conscious when I smiled, and now I can look at myself in the mirror and feel beautiful and feminine.
And the number of kids getting nip tucks may astound you. In 2017, nearly 230,000 teens had cosmetic procedures. On the rise, teen lip augmentations, breast lifts, fillers, and liposections. That's right, kids as young as 13 are getting them.
How many people here know a teenager that's gotten cosmetic surgery?
To find out what's behind this, Gadi and I sat down with this group of college students.
So there is this meme saying, you're not ugly, you are just poor, and there's a lot of truth to it, because so many of the celebrities that are celebrities these days, or you know, people who are in the public eye and seen as beautiful, when you see their before and afters, they did not look like that at all. They are where they are because of their procedures and because of the things they did, because they could afford all of that. And it's definitely not something to aspire to, because to me it looks just like, I look at them and I see they have things done. That's the first thing that comes up in my mind. That's the first instinct that I see, that something's like, what did they do? It's not like, oh my god, they're so pretty. That's not my first thought at all. People still really appreciate authenticity and valuing the diversity of beauty that's in this world. There's so much beauty in the various looks, flat cheekbones, big cheekbones, thin lips, big lip. There's so much variety, which I love. I hate it that some people feel like they have to fit in that standard to be considered beautiful. And often these surgeries, procedures can become addictive. Because as you age, especially women who hit menopause or hormones, everything changes and aging becomes more rapidly. Skin elasticity, you might get other things, you see more wrinkles or like other things pop up, and then you're constantly having to go and fix that. Not just, it's gonna not be just be on your face, because of course there's now really good deep plane facelifts which are super realistic and just lifts everything up again, and it looks super realistic in people and normal and natural. Okay, I'm just editing, and I wanted to add that I do not want to be a hypocrite, because I was just looking at these deep plane facelifts And I can completely understand why people would get that and feel like if they are so old and they look into the mirror, we have mirrors everywhere, people look in the mirror daily, maybe too much, and they see themselves and they don't really want to get like, they feel young inside, but they see their body deteriorating. I can see that that's hard. Like I can already imagine myself in that position, seeing not just my skin and everything deteriorated, also my inside, my organs and everything else. I can see how hard it is and how that's very confronting to see that in the mirror, and that people who can afford it then get that facelift. I don't want to say like, oh my god, I would never, maybe I would if I'm older. I hope not. I hope I'm strong enough not. But there's still this thing in me, like it looks so real. It's just like they went back into time. And I don't think these people are addicted to plastic surgery. I think that's all they wanted. That's what I hear from plastic surgeries also. They don't go overboard and they want filler and this and that. They're like, I just want to look more like myself again, like they always seen themselves to be. And in that case, these results are incredible and insane. And I just want to say I do understand it, even though I ideally would want to be at a place where I am unbothered by it. That's my ideal goal, that I don't feel like I need to get surgery to do all these things, that there's more important things in life than that. Maybe I'll smash all my mirrors. I do see how it's hard for us humans, you know. Our life is already so short, and then to see your body like aging like that, and it's not easy. Especially also people who don't believe in anything after this life, or it's like this is all there is. I see how it's definitely then more hard, you know. And that's an easy fix for like the drooping and everything that happens due to gravity and time. But then there's so many other things, like your body itself. Everything ages. Skin on your chest, your boobs, your butt, your muscles, your bones, even the bones in your face shrink, get less due to age. And when is it gonna stop bothering you? When are you not gonna try and fix that? Or will there be kind of a spiral where you see more and you'll see your skin on your arms changing and on your chest, and will you try to fix that also? I always question, when is enough enough? Wouldn't it be better to strengthen yourself so you don't care anymore, where it doesn't affect who you are as a being in this world, where you should not be valued just for how you look, you know? Or will it be something that will bother you for the rest of your days? And is that something you want to accept in your life?
Pamela Anderson is in her makeup-free era.
Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson is getting some kudos for her makeup-free Fashion Week look.
You kind of have to challenge beauty sometimes. You know, if we all chase youth, or we're chasing our idea of what beauty is in fashion magazines and everything, we're only going to be disappointed or maybe a little bit sad. So I feel like this is it.
And there actually is pushback from surgeons now who don't want to operate anymore when someone is too young, or they say they truly don't need it, because sometimes it is so unethical, I think, what they do, just because it makes them money, that they still operate. There's so many of these botched people who are very famous in the media because, you know, they're freak shows by now, and people look at them because of the freak show. Let's be honest, that's why they look at them. It's like shocking, and people love that, and they're watching that, and their nose gets smaller and smaller, and they get so many nose jobs that they can't even breathe anymore, or look completely botched, and the surgeons they're just agreeing to it and be like, oh yeah, sure, pay me and I'll do it. I wanna be rich. Glad there's pushback in an industry that really profits on insecurities, and often will not even mention it, but kind of even promote it in the patients, like, oh, I would change this about you and that about you.
You are very ugly.
And then the person's like, oh, see, I do need things changed, because even the surgeon is saying, anyone looking, especially young people, know that your self-worth doesn't come from how you look or how many likes or hearts your looks get you. It's about who you are as a person. So I think plastic surgery has its place, definitely, but we also have to start thinking about, really deeply thinking, why are we getting it done? For who are we getting it done? So yeah, I think it's worth some introspection. Always a fringe idea, but horrific burns where they change, their whole body is burned and they survive, and they still find meaning and the beauty in themselves. And shouldn't we try to do the same, even though we're not horrifically scarred or anything like that? For me, that's the ideal. I'm not gonna end up being 70 years old and be like, my face looks so different. I feel like I'm young inside, but I look so old. Should I want to go through invasive surgery then to kind of lift up my face? And then what about the rest of my body? What about if I'm 90? And when will it end? And do I really want to live like that? Do I really want to be like, okay, people will see my face and think I'm younger? And then what? They're just things I think about, and I think we should all think about. And yeah, just let me know your opinion. Love reading what other people think about this. I think it's also more in certain circles that this is very accepted, and in other maybe cultures or areas will be like, no, never. A lot of people seem to really still like natural beauty and just natural aging and not really caring. I often see that in people, also people around me, people in the comment sections are like, oh, I just think we should just age and it doesn't matter that much, and we're still like, it matters if you're a good person or not. And I think it's lovely to see that. I think that's what most people actually think. I don't think it is in certain circles that it's, especially in LA and stuff like that, that it's very accepted, or when people are a lot on social media and get influenced that way. But yeah, we need to try and combat that, and especially be aware of that with ourselves, our children, younger people who are a lot online these days. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop ranting because it's gonna be too long. Let me know what you think. Bye bye.